Alright, zäme and mabuhay. Welcome back to FiliSwissed. I hope you guys are ready for another food video because today I will be sharing with you the recipes of our go-to Swiss dishes that you can try at home. To make this video possible, we had a Swiss week at home wherein every dinner was a different Swiss meal that would typically be served in Swiss restaurants or Beizen. Now, I won't tease you any more than I already have, so let's begin. For the Bratwurst, sauerkraut and spätzle, you will need. For the method, cook the sausages on a grill pan for about 5 minutes on each side, then set aside and keep warm. Cook the spätzle according to package instructions. I used butter and the fat left from the sausages in the pan to cook the spätzle. Cook the sauerkraut according to package instructions in a pot. Plate all three and get ready to munch. For the charcuterie, you will need for the method, if you have a sausage that needs cooking, like our salsiccia ticinese, then you'll have to cook it on a grill pan first. Otherwise, you can go straight ahead and plate all of your cheese and meat and make it aesthetically pleasing so that you can take pictures for Instagram and then just start devouring it, and you can serve it with white wine, for example. For the fondue, you will need for the method, in the fondue pot, add the white wine, cornstarch, and garlic. Add the cheese and cook slowly until melted. Now this step is optional. Add a bit of schnapps according to your preference. Place the pot on the stand and lower the heat to ensure that the cheese is only melting and not burning at the bottom. Serve with the bread on the side and a glass of wine. Stick your fondue fork onto a piece of bread and dunk it into the pot and enjoy a mouthful of cheesy goodness. For the raclette, you will need for the method, prepare your raclette set according to how long it will take to warm up. If you don't have one, you can use your oven to melt the cheese. but do not melt all of them at the same time. Otherwise, you'll run the risk that it burns before you finish the one you're already eating. You'll need to boil the potatoes first. Depending on their size, it could take about 12 to 30 minutes. If, for example, like I'm using medium potatoes, you can take about 20 minutes to boil until they're cooked. And basically just test if they're done by simply sticking a fork into the middle of the potato and check if the center is fork tender. Drain the potatoes and place in a serving container to keep it warm. Set your table so that you have enough space for your raclette set, your plates, your pickles, and spices. Place your cheese slice on the raclette pan and let it sit under the heat to melt. Do not add your condiments at this stage because they will just burn on top. Meanwhile, you can cook or grill, depending on the set you're using, the sausages and bacon. Grab some potatoes and cube them on your plate. And once the cheese is melted, let it drip and transfer onto your potatoes. Season and eat it while it's still hot. For the gehakket smitthörnli, you will need for the method, mince the onion and press the garlic. In a mixing bowl, season the ground meat with salt, pepper, onion and garlic powder, Italian dried herbs, and paprika. In a pan, sauté the garlic and onions until the onions are translucent. Add the meat and continue to cook together for about 3 minutes. Add about a cup or less of water, then add the meat broth paste and stir until it's fully incorporated. Add the tomato puree and stir until it is incorporated. Leave to cook for about 30 minutes. Meanwhile, you can cook the macaroni according to package instructions. Drain the pasta, and in this step, this is optional. I like to do this for myself. Lightly cook the pasta in melted butter, and then you can set it aside. To plate this dish, add the pasta first, then top with the meat and drizzle some of the sauce. Another optional step is to serve this dish with apple puree, and for my taste, it's definitely to add as well Parmesan cheese on top. For the Zürcher Geschnetzeltes and Rösti, you will need, for the method, wash, peel, and mince the onion. In a pan, add a bit of oil and the butter, then leave it to melt. Add the meat, sprinkle some flour, and cook until the outsides of the meat have browned. You will need to cook the meat in batches to achieve the browning and avoid the meat from steaming instead. Set the cooked meat aside and cover to keep warm. Now in the same pan, sauté the onions until translucent. Add the mushrooms and stir until cooked. Add the wine and let it simmer until reduced. Add the cream and stir, then add the meat broth paste and stir until incorporated. Add the flour and stir until it is fully incorporated without any lumps. Let it simmer, then season with salt and pepper according to taste. Cook the rösti according to package instructions. Think of it as making hash browns at home, but bigger. The rösti I chose already had bacon bits included, but it's optional if you're making it from scratch. If you're cooking the rösti from a package, make sure to spread it out so that they can be molded and cooked evenly. Let the bottom cook until golden brown, then you can flip it to cook the other side. To flip, you will need a plate big enough to cover the surface of the rösti, then turn the pan over and let the rösti slide back onto the pan with the golden brown side up. Plate the food and serve with a nice glass of red wine. Which of these Swiss food recipes would you like to try at home? A. Bratwurst, B. Charcuterie, C. Fondue, D. Raclette, E. Gehacktes, or F. Zürcher Geschnetzeltes. Let me know in the comments down below which one you would choose to try now, tomorrow, or in the following week. And there you have it. Lots of delicious Swiss food, and that's not even all of it yet. Also, lots of wine drinking as well, and I chose especially Swiss wines to pair with the food. Do keep in mind that all the ingredients were bought from a local grocery store. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you did. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified for future videos. As always, I'll see you next time, and schöne and paalam!